It's your boy Concert Viz 34, and today I want to talk DMB tour dates. Dave Matthews Band is going on the road for summer 18, and I'm excited about it. It's January 16th, 2018. Shout out to my boy Pete who texted me. Man, I don't know how he finds out this stuff at his work day, but he texted me here and during my first break here, or at time off at work. Checked my phone and then I checked the tour date, so I was excited to get that this morning. And this band is also announcing an album. I'll make another video on my thoughts on what the album may be. But any ticket through Ticketmaster that you purchase, it'll get you a free download of the album. I have always been in support of this theory because concert tickets are expensive. Shoot, give me an album. It's an extra $10. Really, digitally, it's costing you cents to transfer that to me. So I'm glad that every tour ticket that you purchase through the primary is going to get you a CD for this band for their new album. As of right now, they don't have a date set. I'll have to double check, but I didn't see a date earlier in all the different emails I got as a member of the warehouse and then Ticketmaster emails I got. So we'll talk about some things here, some shows that have been added that are new venues, some shows that have been removed that people were hoping they would have shows at, like previous full band tours. But I do want to start off by saying I'm excited because there's no baseball parks. The reason being is there was a rumor about Fenway Park. Again, every year there's wild rumors they're going to do something that never happens. But I did not want the band to announce Fenway Park and then put venues here that are actually amphitheaters at risk of getting a show. As much as I hate the traffic in Mansfield, Mass., it's an amphitheater. I pay for $40 for parking. I know that's crazy, but really that venue is worth it to get out on time. So I was mad because baseball parks, the sound sucks. Unless you're at the soundboard or you're working the sound sucks. Unless you're on stage with the IEDs or whatever they're called in your ears, the sound sucks. And that's the reality. I know people like being at the ballpark. Yo, I go to Fenway every year and I'm a Yankees fan, which says a lot. But I like going there for baseball, but don't put my concerts in a ballpark. Not on my lawn. You know, that's the type of dude I am. So I like baseball there. I don't like concerts. Excited for that. Get that out the way. That's my personal vendetta here that doesn't relate to most of you guys. But anyway, we want to talk about some venues that have been removed or didn't get accepted into tour dates. Let's pour a little proverbial water out here because we don't promote alcohol. Just kidding. But we want to talk about first Alpine Valley. Alpine is not getting a show out there in Wisconsin, and I'm really bummed out for my fans out there. I've never been to the venue, okay? I probably wouldn't be able to go this year anyway, but I know for all those people out in the Midwest, aka Canada South, aka some of the nicest yet hardworking people in the country, they're not going to get a show out there. And those shows at Alpine Night 2 is always a great show. It's always full when I see these photos. The lawn is huge. It's just like here in Hartford. It's a big lawn, but they fill it up. So it's too bad they couldn't do that. And this venue also had woes here where they had to shut down the venue. I believe it was last year, 2017, just because they weren't getting enough shows and revenue. Live Nation just said, yo, we got to pull the plug. They brought it back. They plugged the venue back in. And hopefully they get some other great shows. I know Zach Brown's going to be out there. And I'm sure they're making their list and checking it twice. And I really hope people support that venue. It's been a venue as well that a lot of the mainstream, newer, younger acts, their fan base isn't traveling out there. It's really something where middle-aged people and that like certain bands are traveling from these rural areas, but not the young kids. So I get why it had those financial issues, but I wish the best for it. Now, Alpine is the biggest bummer, I think, but there's also some other Midwest shows that are a little bit like, okay, if you live in these states of Missouri, you live in Nebraska, or you live in Kansas, there were two kind of shows that you could go to if you live in that Midwest area, right on the cusp of the Mountain Time Zone. And that's the show that was in Wichita, Kansas, out there. I think that's the Intrust Arena. And my UConn Huskies are heading out there to play Wichita State. But that's a whole different thing. But they are not having a show there. Now, last year, it was a midweek show. It did not sell out. It was one of those rare shows where DMB has a bunch of empty seats here and there. And I'm talking seats, and that's really the thing. Is it's different when the lawn's not full, but when there's empty seats and they're performing a rare song like Shotgun, like they did in 2016, it's something where they're like, all right, I think we got to cut this date. Same thing with Maryland Heights, Missouri. That's right outside of the STL or St. Louis, and they've cut that date for this year. And I was hoping that, all right, you cut these 2 dates here. Maybe you add a Kansas City, Missouri. I know it's an indoor venue. I know it's the summertime, but the Power and Light District where that venue is amazing. It's a lot of fun. I was out there last year for the Midwest Regional. So I went to both the games, been in the upper deck for one session, lower level for the other session. It's a really great venue, even though it's indoors. So it's too bad they couldn't get something there in Kansas City, which is right in between where Maryland Heights is and Wichita. It's closer to Wichita by a little, but it's really kind of in the middle there in the heartland. Another show venue, that's not being added for this year is CMAC. Now, this is that joint up there in upstate New York. I'm not going to pronounce the town, but y'all know up in upstate New York how to pronounce it. And it's like something like Constellation Brand, something Performing Arts Center or whatever. But CMAC is not going to be on the list for 2018. But really, it was a Dave and Tim venue. What they did, which was cool, is in the middle, smack dab in the middle of their touring in 2016 for the full band. They did a Dave and Tim exclusive show. The set list was lit. They came back in 2017 for the Dave and Tim mini tour in late spring, early summer as well. Another great show as well. And, they're probably maybe they'll announce something later if they have the time or have the strength to do a Dave and Tim show in the middle of the tour. Maybe not. So we'll see. Let's also talk about some venues that are going to be coming into this 2018 tour season that weren't here for 2016. And first we have Darien Lake, and they have a performing arts center out there. That venue has had previous shows in previous tours, but in 2016 they did not come out there or pull up there for the 25th anniversary, but they will be going back there. I definitely will be trying to get to that show because I have that week off for a wedding, and I'm going to try to hit up Darien Lake if there's good prices and I can find maybe a hotel or something out there. I may pull up. And also we have Ottawa, Ontario out there in Canada country, the capital of Canada. They will be having a show at the Ottawa Blues Fest, which is kind of cool. They're having a festival in the middle of their tour. And they also have Toronto, which is always a given as far as the Toronto shows at the amphitheater out there. So there's also, I'm sure there's a couple other new venues. I know they're going out to Bend, Oregon. I think they may have went out there in 2016. I can't remember. Don't quote me. But they are going to be out there. In the Hollywood Bowl as well. They will be pulling up there the final stop of this summer tour. And they will be at the Hollywood Bowl. So it's definitely a cool little addition. Now, big topics here. The Gorge is back. It's back. It's on Labor Day weekend, as fans say. And that's cool. So shout out to everyone planning trips, man. Book your flights. I know people already had hotels set up well in advance, probably late last year, in late 2017. So hopefully y'all enjoy the Gorge. I got to get out there one day. One of these days I will get out there. To me, the biggest thing is I don't like camping. So, and I know the driving is very far. It's out there off of I-90, and it's not close to civilization. So we'll see. One of these years I'll get there. And Saratoga Springs, a.k.a. SPAC, that's going to be a big weekend there. And I know everyone is already planning. People already have hotels. It's July 13th, Friday, and Saturday the 14th. Just be ready, prepare to act like you're not going to get tickets because it's a hard venue to get tickets to. Every year people get pissed. Look, it's an intimate venue. It's in the heart of DMB country. Upstate New York, Connecticut, Jersey. That's really the heart of DMB because that's where all the shows, they had 2-night stands and 3-night stands in some of these portions of that country. There in the Northeast and Mid-Atlantic area where they collide for years and years. And now they're cutting back. But, yo, I'm telling you, the heart of DMB is here in the Northeast and upstate New York. So it is what it is. But I want to talk about a sleeper venue. That sleeper venue is, again, in the last video I think I talked about, or two videos ago. This is up there in New Hampshire. Guilford, New Hampshire. We have the Bank of New Hampshire Pavilion. Don't sleep on night 2 of this venue because what's happening here is they're doing some midweek shows So they're doing Tuesday and Wednesday. Wednesday being night 2. If you can get out there, if you can take Wednesday off, the 13th, I would say go. First off, this venue is very intimate. That's why I think I may consider going to one of these nights. They're not doing Red Rocks for those same reasons. And that's another, people are, oh, when is D&B going to do Red Rocks? Well, it's a pain for the sound and the lighting and all those people to get everything rolled in because it's such a big production. And that smaller theater, it's hard to get everything in there. So when you go to this show in Guilford, New Hampshire, you're going to get the feeling of a Red Rocks as far as intimacy. Again, I'm not comparing New Hampshire to Red Rocks, but this venue is very small. It's very intimate, and really, it's one of those things where it's like, this band is bigger than this venue, but they still do it every year. Also, you're not going to have a lot of competition for tickets because it's in the middle of nowhere. So it'll still sell out or it'll still fill up, but you're not going to have people traveling for hours and hours unless they're already doing a D&B East Coast tour. So it'll be a nice grab. You'll probably get a good deal on it, face value, if you buy through the box office. People are trying to get rid of these last minute before the show if you're willing to wait last minute. So to me, Bank of New Hampshire Pavilion is the sleeper. 2 years ago, let's head back to 2016, you had the first Say Goodbye as an opener since July 5th, 2000. So that was 16 years between Say Goodbye opening a show, and they did it in Guilford, New Hampshire. You had a number 41 there, which is, again, always a song that's very popular. They played it 22 times in 2016. But to get Say Goodbye and 41 in the same show, Seek Up was pulling up there as well. Big Eye Fish. And then you had a closer of Granny to Ants Marching. Kind of cool. Lion Out Graves. To get all those shows in one, all those songs in one show was something that you don't really get nowadays for Dave Matthews Band because they have so many songs. And then you had Break Free also pulling up. It was the 6th of 8 Break Frees that year as well. So it was a really great and dope set list there for New Hampshire. So if you can go, and they should start paying me. Hey, if y'all watching this, Bacon New Hampshire Pavilion, I'm gonna be out there if I can make it, and y'all should start giving me some promo money for bigging y'all up. But let me know what you guys think. I'm excited for the tour more than I am of the album. Really, the album will let itself be known whenever that's out. But I'm more excited for this tour to see how they come back. Will they have a more acoustic sound, which I'm for. I am pro D&B going back to his roots. I'm pro Tim being an electric guitar player and acoustic guitar player, but turning down that electric guitar a couple notches. And I am pro Rashawn and my boy Jeff Coffin just keeping it down a little at certain parts of songs, man. They be going ham, but they can't always go ham. I think they should just, at times, turn the horns down, and then certain parts of the songs y'all can go all out. So, like I said, definitely like, comment, subscribe. What do you guys think of this tour? What do you guys think of D&B coming out with these announcements, and what shows are you going to? Otherwise, that's all I got to say today. Thank you guys for watching, and I'm out.